Hi guys, and welcome back to 2FC, aka Two Footballs Combined. As most of you will know, football season starts in 6 days. And can we wait? Fuck no. Right, I'm going to do my prediction on the league, I reckon. Why the fuck not, eh? I've been wrong the whole of the Euro 2016, so why not be wrong for the whole season? I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. I've written down what I think, so what I'll do, I'll leave a photo at the end. Let me know what you think. Give me who you think will be champions, who you think are going to be relegated. Right, we'll start at the bottom. Bottom three, two of the newly promoted sides. I'll go, bottom will go Burnley. They're just a yo-yo club. When they do come up, they go straight back down, bless them. They're not a bad team, they're just not a good team. And then 19th, I'm going to go Hull. Exactly the same. Steve Bruce has left. They're going to be fucked unless they get a really decent manager in. And if they have got a decent manager in, I haven't heard anything. So, 18th, the fucking pricks from the northeast, Sunderland, the ones that have been dodging relegation for ages. They need to go the fuck down. I wish they'd have gone down last year instead of Newcastle, but so be it. Just missing out a relegation. We'll go West Brom in 17th. It completely depends on what they do. If Saido Berahino leaves and they get in a decent striker, it'll probably be moved up. But they've made a decent signing in Matty Phillips from QPR, and I'm very surprised at that. But at the moment, I'm sticking with 17th. They could move up a couple of places depending on what they do, striker-wise. 16th, Watford. They made too many signings. They're not going to gel in time. I just don't think they're going to do that well. 15th, Swansea. Another one that could be up a little bit, down a little bit. They're just one of them teams that on their day they're really good, and then on their day they're not. They're terrible. They've just sold IU for a stupid amount of money. So fingers crossed for them that they get a decent striker in return. I don't know. 14th, I'm going to go for the New Boys Borough. I just think they've got a really strong squad, to be quite honest with you. They might be strong for the Championship, but they've got some ex-Premiership players in the team. I think they'll do alright. I reckon they'll do alright. They might do a Bournemouth, just a couple of points off of relegation, but still be like a little bit higher up. 13th, Stoke. Stoke, another one of them teams that just sit mid-table. They could be 10th, 11th, 12th or 13th in my opinion. They're just one of them teams. 12th, Everton. Martinez is gone. They've brought in a new manager. I can't even remember his bloody name. The old Southampton manager. Again, they could be up there as well, but I just don't see it this season. Possibly next season they might have a chance, as long as whatever the bloody manager's name is, I can't fucking think of it. I know he's Dutch, but that's about it. As long as he does alright and he stays with them until next season, I reckon they've got a chance next season to possibly hit in Europa League. But this season, it's just a kind of rebuild season, I reckon. 11th, I'm going to go Bournemouth. They had a really good season last year. They've sold a few players, but they've bought a few players. So they could be up there. I don't see why not. 10th, Palace. We could be a hell of a lot lower down if we don't sign a fucking striker. Pre-season we've done alright. We lost once, and that was against Fulham. We just beat Valencia 3-1 the other day, yesterday, and that was probably the side that will start against West Brom next week. But we'll see. We could be a lot lower down unless we sign a striker before the end of the window. If we do that, then I reckon 10th is probably a good guess. 9th, the champions. I'm going Leicester. Leicester, yes, nothing's... how to say this? I know they've got no pressure on them. That's what I'm trying to say. They've got no pressure on them like they didn't have last season. But Ranieri's saying they've got no pressure, but they've got Champions League football. Those extra games will kill them. Absolutely kill the squad. They haven't got like a depth of a City, United or a Chelsea where if you were to play, I don't know, Genk midweek away, that you think, alright, we could get an easy win out of this. You can't just play your B's home like City, United and Chelsea. They haven't got the depth. So yeah, I just reckon that if they go out in the group stages, which I'm assuming they will in Champions League, then they'll still have a really good season in the Prem. But you've got to think they've got the Champions League, they've got the Capital One Cup, they've got the FA Cup. They're playing the Community Shield today. They're just going to be run down, I reckon. But still do pretty well. 8th, West Ham. New stadium. Some new players. I reckon they'll do alright, but it'll be their away form. I've been speaking to a lot of West Ham fans about this. And they kind of agree with me with it. Their away form will be completely dependent on their old fans. You've got to think, look at the Olympic Stadium. You don't get much atmosphere at a bowl stadium, my opinion, other than the Macarena or whatever it's fucking called in Brazil. You don't get much atmosphere. You ain't going to know what side of the ground is going to be the loudest, blah, 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 and everything's just going to rise out. There's no roof. All the sound's just going to go straight up. It's not going to hit the pitch. It's going to sound like a fucking library, like Arsenal or United. But their away form will keep them like really steady in the Prem. Their home form will do all right, but I just think they're going to win more away than they will at home. And the West Ham fans I've spoke to actually agree with me. So fantastic. 7th, Southampton. And I've just remembered the Everton manager, Ronald Koeman. I fucking knew I'd get it, and it would happen to be when I'm nowhere near Everton now. Southampton, I have no idea what their manager's name is. I don't think the Southampton fans know what his name is. But they're always one of them. Since they've been in the Premiership, they've been one of them teams that have started really well, kind of dropped back, and kind of steadied themselves into between like 10th and 6th, haven't they? Half decent team, can't go wrong. 6th place will be the team that finished 3rd last year in a 2-horse race, Spurs. They're a decent squad, but the 5 above them have got better managers, better players, and I just... Yeah, the top 5 is pick them up, throw them in a raffle and see who comes out on top, I think. But Spurs 6th, 5th Liverpool, in my opinion. Jurgen Klopp is a great manager. He's brought some great players into Liverpool. He's made it his own. He's trying to get rid of the Rodgers regime. And he's doing a good job at it. And now this is going to be his first full season in England. If it wasn't for Chelsea, United and City having new management, who are big names that are fucking good names that will bring the big talent, Liverpool will finish higher in my opinion. 4th place, obviously, there's only one team that can finish 4th, and that's Arsenal. I reckon if they don't win the title, Wenger's out. It's got to be. You can't have 12, 13 seasons or whatever it is, 11, 12, 13 seasons without a Premiership title and keep finishing in the same fucking position. I know they finished second last year, but same position. Everyone knows them as fourth place Arsenal. Even people in fucking Indonesia will know that. Don't know why Indonesia, first country that came to my head. But if they, I don't reckon it'll last if they don't hit top this season. But I think they're finishing fourth. Third place, Conte's men of Chelsea. Not much to say about it. I don't really follow Chelsea. I don't find their football that attractive. I think it's quite boring. But that might have just been under Mourinho. We'll see. But yeah, Chelsea third. Second and first, Manchester. It's going to be a very, 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 very close one. In my opinion, it's going to be either goal difference or a point or 2 points. I don't think it's going to be that big a gap. I'm going to say United second, City top. Mourinho and Guardiola are going to bring their rivalry from Spain into England. And it's going to be a fucking great rivalry because both of them are top class managers. I was saying at the end of last season it's City's, and I've got a feeling they're going to walk it as soon as they announced Guardiola. And then United go out and announce Mourinho. Makes me think a little bit harder about it. And then Chelsea go out and announce Conte. I'm like, fucking hell. So, the top three, the top five, literally, like I said, put in a raffle, pick out the team, and that's the winner. The top five are just too close to call, in my opinion. But United second, City top. Leave down your predictions in the comments, and let's see who's right, guys. See how wrong we are. Let's put it that way, not how right we are. Let's see how wrong we are, because I watched Spencer FC, his reactions to his predictions last season, and he predicted that Leicester were going down, I think, or just beating relegation again, and obviously they won. So he was how wrong he was very. So fingers crossed, I'm in the ballpark, but we'll see. Have a good season, guys. Let's hope your teams do as well as you want them to. I know Palace won't unless we buy a fucking striker. But yeah, share, like, subscribe. Sweet guys, laters.